H&G Science aims to facilitate the safe and effective treatment of diseases. Our focus is on a natural compound called tocotrienol.
Tocotrienol, which exists naturally in certain food products like red palm, has received GRAS status from the FDA and has been shown to exhibit promising anti-cancer activity when extracted at high purity and tested in laboratory, animal, and some small clinical studies. We have worked up clinical trial protocols with major institutions, including 2 of the U.S. News & World Report top 10 ranked U.S. cancer centers, to perform FDA-approved Phase 1 and 2 clinical trials utilizing tocotrienol material that H&G Science will manufacture and provide through its proprietary methods. We initially plan on conducting trials for pancreatic cancer, colorectal cancer, and radiation damage caused by fluoroscopic procedures.
Tocotrienols have been shown to exhibit no side effects in all cases when they've been administered to humans. They have strong antioxidant and anti-inflammatory activity and have effectively eliminated numerous types of cancer cells in laboratory and animal research.
Based on the research that has already been performed and published, some with material provided by H&G Science, we expect the clinical trials to demonstrate some level of anti-cancer activity and anti-radiation activity.
As a naturally derived food-based product, tocotrienols have the potential to be a safe once-a-day preventive agent against cancer. Tocotrienol is a thick oil that can be easily integrated into capsules, suspensions, injectables, food products, and many other novel administration vehicles. One of our proposed clinical trials is aimed at protecting cardiac fluoroscopy practitioners from the radiation exposure they endure daily doing their jobs, as well as protect the patients that are undergoing the diagnostic procedure.
2 other proposed clinical trials will focus on colorectal and pancreatic cancer. The key to efficacy with tocotrienols is their purity, particularly in relation to vitamin compounds that typically coexist in their source materials. These other compounds can compete for bioavailability. Kevin Henretta, our CTO, has decades of experience in processing red palm extracts to pull the tocotrienols out at high purity with only trace amounts of the competing vitamin compounds left in the final product.
I performed the first mid-scale purification of approximately 800 grams of tocotrienol 20 years ago. Since then, we have overseen production of more tocotrienol, including 40 kilograms of extremely high purity tocotrienol, the largest known production run to date, and has built numerous relationships with leading researchers at US-based world-class institutions who are eager to work with H&G Science to make their clinical trials a reality for their patients and practitioners.
Getting tocotrienols into the market via the clinical trials we are proposing will immediately benefit cancer patients, patients undergoing radiation-intensive diagnostic and treatment procedures, and the practitioners that operate radiological equipment. In the longer term, we aim to benefit everyone by enabling and supplying the active material for a potential health supplement to prevent cancer.
What they need to make these a reality is the proper funding and the tocotrienol material. Successful funding will enable H&G Science to provide both, while potentially securing an interest in the resulting intellectual property and commercial scale supply agreements for the tocotrienol product.
This reduces risk to investors by creating a much greater likelihood of succeeding with one or more of the trials.
Thank you for taking the time to hear our story. We hope you will consider joining us in our advancement of science to help treat cancer and other radiation-precipitated diseases.
In the USA, approximately 40% of all people will be stricken with cancer at some point in their lifetime. Sadly, half of these people will die from their disease, and many more will be permanently damaged by the current treatments used to keep them alive. Any difference we can make is a worthwhile step forward toward facilitating safer and more effective treatments. Please join us in our fight against cancer.